Hi, my name is Matthew Portman, and this is my presentation on automated multi-component fitting of light models to observations of spiral galaxies. Now a little bit of background. Spiral galaxies, including our own Milky Way, comprise about 70% of galaxies observed in the local universe. However, little is understood about the formation of the characteristic arms. To make progress on this front, objective, quantitative measures of the structure are necessary to provide further insight into the morphology, due in part to the wide variety of spiral structures observed. Some such structures are, of course, the arms themselves and potential offshoots, as well as bars, like in NGC 1300, and then scatter in the arms, such as NGC 1232 and NGC 2997. As the amount of data, like such, available continues to increase, automated methods of classification will be paramount to process it all. SparkFire, or Spiral Arc Finder and Reporter, developed by Darren Davis, is a computer vision algorithm which takes images of spiral galaxies and automatically extracts image-level information about their structure. More or less, SparkFire has the observation, does an automatic crop and contrast enhances, determines the clustering of the pixels along the arcs, and then finally overlays a logarithmic spiral arc on top of the image. In doing so, it extracts image-level information, including such parameters as pitch angle, which we'll discuss later, and the size of various features in this image. Now, more work is necessary to extend this functionality to better understand the complex physics, or the actual physics, underlying the galactic morphology. For this, we use GalFit, a parametric fitting algorithm which optimally fits flux models to observations of galaxies to parameterize galactic structure. Taking a quick look, we have the observation fed into GalFit, the model that is produced, and then finally the residual, which is calculated by subtracting the model from the observation. These successful models are difficult to produce, as GalFit needs a well-conditioned initial guess to convolve the image with the model. This difficulty is compounded by the wide variety of spiral arm structures, as was seen in the last slide, so automation is an issue of its own. By using SparkFire, we are able to circumvent some of this difficulty by transforming SparkFire's output into valid input to GalFit to create an automated pipeline to model the observations of galaxies and to ultimately provide a database of these models across tens of thousands of galaxies. Now here's some examples of our current results, successful ones at least. The top, we have SparkFire, the observation fed in, the contrast enhanced autocrop, and then the logarithmic spiral overlay. On the bottom, we have the observation given to GalFit, the model it has produced, and the residual. Now when we say successful fit, we're mostly looking at the structure of the arms, as well as the shape of the features in the galaxy. In this case, I'm circling the bulge, as well as the extent of the light, which is known as the disk. And we see kind of the same in this one. We see the structure of the arms follows a similar trajectory, even though there's a lot of noise in this image. And then the bulge looks to be about the same size, and the extent of the light appears similar. We also see that in the residuals, which is an important indicator to see how successful our fit is. Now, I said successful before, and as it stands, about 50% of our samples fail to accurately represent the original observation. In this case, GalFit produced too many arms instead of the 2 arms it was supposed to. And this may be a consequence of the nature of its optimization and the convolution it performs, but also potentially it could stem from an issue of GalFit, or excuse me, of SparkFire's analysis as well. Now, furthermore, the models we produced are validated in a human-supervised manner. We're currently developing a validation scheme using physical parameters to constrain the solution space. One such parameter is called the pitch angle, which basically describes how much the arms wind in the galaxy, or how tightly wound they are. Pitch angle is of key importance to the study of spiral galaxies, and methods of determining it directly from GalFit are currently being investigated. Now, some extensions after we complete the catalog. We intend to use the pipeline in the catalog to examine the interband variation and pitch angles between arms, which is a unique consequence of density wave theory. Work has been done, which supports the conclusion, but our automation pipeline will assist in validating this conclusion at much larger scales. We also intend to explore the relationship between parameters in our models and galactic features, which may convey information about their varied and unique morphology. And here are my acknowledgements and citations. Thank you very much for listening.